Every family has its secrets. Sometimes they're harmless, connected to funny childhood memories or forgotten family tales. But sometimes, the secret runs so deep and dark that people try to bury it for decades. This story is about such a secret. About a woman who accidentally discovered the truth about her family's past, and from that moment, her life was never the same again. Her name was Olena. And it all began with a small box, forgotten in the attic. Olena lived a simple, almost colorless life. She was in her early 30s, working as an accountant in a local company. Her days looked the same: morning coffee, the commute to work, endless numbers, reports, evenings at home with a book or a TV series. She didn't complain, but she couldn't say she was happy either. After her grandfather passed away, the emptiness grew stronger. He had been the only one who truly listened to her as a child, who told her stories, who always had a kind word ready. When the family divided his belongings, everyone got something as a keepsake. Olena received a small cardboard box filled with old photographs, notebooks, and a few letters. She didn't even look inside at first, she just placed the box on top of her wardrobe and forgot about it. Months passed. One rainy autumn evening, with nothing better to do, she finally decided to open the box. At first, she smiled at the faded photos, seeing her grandfather as a young, smiling man. But at the very bottom of the box, she found several neatly folded letters inside envelopes. The sender's name was completely unfamiliar to her. Curiosity won. She unfolded the first letter. The handwriting was delicate, clearly feminine, but the words carried a strange tension. The writer spoke of love, a love that had to remain hidden. The emotions poured onto the page so intensely that Olena felt a chill run down her spine. She read one letter after another, and with each new page, her hands trembled more. The woman who had written them was not her grandfather's wife. She was someone else, someone he loved in secret. And then came the shocking part. One of the letters spoke of a child. The woman wrote that she was afraid of giving birth alone, afraid of what would happen. Another letter mentioned that the child was due to arrive soon. Olena froze in place. She read and reread the lines. Could it be that her grandfather had another family? If that were true, it meant she might have unknown relatives somewhere. But the last letter was the most disturbing. It read, "I'm scared. People have started to suspect something. If anything happens to me, remember that we have a part of you. Protect it." Those words would not leave her mind. She decided she had to know more. At first, she searched through her family's old documents, certificates, records, any trace of something unusual. But nothing hinted at the existence of another child. So she went to the city library, where old newspapers were stored. That's where she stumbled upon a short article from 1973. A small piece titled, "Local Woman Missing." There was a photo, a young woman with gentle eyes. Her name matched the one signed in the letters. The article was brief: the woman had vanished suddenly, police found no evidence of a crime, and the case was closed quickly. But there was one chilling line. It mentioned that rumors had spread in town that she was romantically involved with an older married man. Olena felt the ground slip beneath her feet. Her grandfather had always seemed like a kind, honest man. But now it looked like he might have been hiding something far more serious. She continued digging. In the archives, she found a record of a newborn, a child with no registered name. The birth date matched the timeline mentioned in the letters. But after that, there was nothing. No further records, no medical files, nothing. It was as if the baby had simply disappeared. When Olena began to suspect that the story was darker than she imagined, something unsettling happened. She received a letter. It was waiting in her mailbox, in a plain white envelope with no return address. Inside was a single piece of paper with only one sentence. "You know more about me than you should. We are family. And I am near." Her heart pounded. Someone was watching her. Someone knew she had read those letters and gone looking for information. But who? Could it be that the child had survived, grown up, and was now trying to make contact after decades? That evening, Olena started noticing strange things. Phone calls where no one spoke. Shadows near her house. The feeling of being followed at the supermarket, at the bus stop, even on her way to work. She was terrified, yet strangely determined. Her grandfather's secret was now hers too. And there was no way to run from it. The past was alive, reaching out its hand to her. What she thought was just a family story suddenly became a personal danger. Every night brought new unease. She didn't know whether the next letter would be a warning, a demand, or a confession. One thing became clear: her family was not what she thought it was. Secrets buried for decades never disappear. They always find their way back. This was not just a story from the past anymore. It had become her present. And Olena now knew there was someone out there, someone she had never met, someone who claimed to be her family. Someone who was watching her. And that meant this story was only beginning.